Welcome to Make Your Move Team Call Happy Hour. Thanks for joining me, Gloria. All right, so today I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit. Let's see, are there any real announcements? Happy Thanksgiving coming up, and then we have our Core de Force group starting on the 1st. I'm really excited for that. And then we've got me and Brittany are going to do a free group. I talked to you about it, and I did end up picking doing the gifts for before Christmas, and then we're going to do the take time for mom after the holiday season. So I'm excited about that. And did I tell you we're going to do tasker sizing?
No, that's cool though.
Isn't it so exciting? So our free group, and anyone in the downline is more than welcome to join us. It will be so it'll be free. It'll be a free group for busy moms who we will have new little gifts that their kids can make for family members every single day. We will have tasker sizing. So it'll be like anytime you're in your kitchen by your sink, you have to do 10 push-ups. When you're brushing your teeth, you have to do 15 squats, or just little things like that. So it'll be fun stuff. And then we'll probably do some, like, instead of like straight up meal planning, we're just going to do some fun holiday treats that won't like kill your diet or kill your lifestyle. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun group. So I'm excited about that. So we've got the challenge group on the 1st, and also that free group will be the 1st week of December. So if anybody wants to join in, just shoot us a message. I wanted to start off because we're going to talk today just a little bit about believing in yourself. And I appreciate you being here, Gloria, especially since nobody else showed up tonight and you're still going to share your tips, but they'll catch the recording. Most of them, I'm sure that they will. So I just want to start off. I have been doing this. I'm writing letters to myself once a week, and I'm just going to read the first one that I ever did. And I'm obsessed with doing this because when I read it again, I'm like, wow, like I'm really pumping myself. It's really nice to do this for yourself and then read it. You like feel amazing. So I just wrote, "Dear Jen, you got this, babe. We have huge attainable goals you just have to work your ass off for. You are capable of anything you set your mind to. Let's advance 4 coaches to Diamond by 12/31/16. We can definitely get Pat Diamond. It's in your control. Let's retire him by 2020. He deserves to be home with us, and he's ready to start working this business with you. Let's not let him down. It's getting close to house hunting time, and I don't want to settle. So bust your ass now and relax later on. In February, get Turbo Kick certified like you have been wanting to. We got this, chick. Go hard or go home. Love yourself." So just write yourself little notes like that. Like, I'm keeping this book. So I've been like writing all my goals in it every single day down in these. So it's the end of the month goals and end of the year goals. And when the new months start, I'll be doing probably weekly goals. I haven't decided, but it's going to be just this book full of goals, full of letters to myself, and I'm going to go back and read them all the time because that is one thing that I'm learning, is that you can do tons of personal development, but if you're not sitting down and putting things on paper, it's helping you, yes, but like you get so much more out of personal development if you're, first of all, taking notes while you're listening to it. Second of all, writing your goals down. And it sounds so cliche, like write your goals down. You've heard it 1,000 times, but it's because it works. And it's because you hearing it over and over makes it more attainable. Whereas I want to be a 15-star diamond coach is like so far-fetched, but you write that every single day, and every single day you're doing the things that you need to do to get closer to that goal. It doesn't seem so far away. So I would just recommend to start doing that. It is helping me a lot, and I love going back and reading the letters and also my goals because they don't necessarily change daily, but they are growing, and just going back and reading them and your why, I love that that's on Teamsy because I literally read it every single morning before I start checking stuff off and start messaging people. And I also have it right above the computer, my why and my goals for the end of the year. So I've been like really trying to read it over and over and over so that I'll just keep dreaming about it and doing the things that I know I need to do to get there, like showing up on team calls and doing my personal development and being proof the product works and inviting. So things like that. Just keep at those 4 vital behaviors and believe in yourself. So to me, there are two things that people do that are errors when they're believing in themselves. And the first thing is they underestimate their brain power. And the second thing is they overestimate the other guy's brain power. Okay? People, there are so many walks of life on this planet. And yes, there are going to be geniuses that are way smart, but have no success. They're not married. They're not happy. They never did huge things in their life. And then there's going to be other people who may not have those book smarts. And I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm saying that they might not be as smart as the genius over there, or the dubbed genius. I mean, whoever told him he's a genius, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there's this other person over there who may not be a genius, but he's controlling the controllable, and he's doing things that inspire people, and he is working on himself every day, and he's going a lot further in life because he believes in himself. And I read a statistic in The Magic of Thinking Big that 50 out of 100 people graduate college. Like, that's such bad statistics. And the difference between the people that were graduating and the people that weren't was attitude. They couldn't tell you how many people quit school because they didn't like their professor, or what was the reasons? They didn't like their professor, or the subjects were too hard, or other students were getting in their way. But that's the thing. And it's the same with this business. There are going to be people that you might not vibe with, that annoy you when you see them. Or there's going to be, top coaches that annoy you, or however they do things annoy you. You can't quit something that you're passionate about, that you need to do for your family, or whatever your why is, why you're here. You can't let other people sway your decision to move forward in this business, because that statistic is scary. And I guarantee you that statistic holds true to Beachbody coaches too. Because people don't believe in themselves. And the people who are going farther in this business, they have good attitudes. They are working on themselves. They inspire people, and they don't quit. So I like to think that there are two foremen running my head, and that's Mr. Triumph and that's Mr. Defeat, okay? So if you're think about it. If you sit there and say, I'm having a lousy day, it's crappy out, it's raining, it's lame, it's dark, it's gloomy, whatever, you're going to sit there and start thinking that, because you're feeding him ammo to start that process where it's one bad thought after another, and then you're just sitting there thinking all these terrible things in your head, when if you could just try and say, it's raining, but let's go play in the puddles with the kids and do a game, or it's raining, but this is a great opportunity to play cards with the family and have some quality time together. Spin those situations to be happy, to feed Mr. Triumph who's in your head. He'll help you believe in yourself. If you start thinking positively and talking to yourself the way that I talk to myself in that journal, those are the things that are going to, it's like someone who lies to themselves or to other people all the time. They say that lie so many times that they believe it. And if you think that's true, so why isn't the opposite true when you tell you may not believe in yourself right this second, but if you start telling yourself, I can do this, well, over time, you're going to believe yourself. So you've got to stay in a positive headspace, and you've got to be talking to yourself nicely. And I swear, doing that first thing in the morning, right when you wake up, saying 3 things that you're grateful for, and then just pep talk yourself. Reading that letter in the morning is one of the best feelings in the world, because I really believe all of that on that paper, that I can attain those goals and that I can do any of those things. And it's because I've told myself over and over and over and over that I can and that I will. So let's see. There are 3 things that I wrote down, how to stop doubting yourself, and then I'm going to turn it over to Gloria, and I would love to hear your tips on how you stay believing in yourself. So I'll just get through these 3 tips. So the first one is, don't underestimate yourself, and don't overestimate the other person, because you don't know their story. You know what you see on Facebook, or whatever. That comparison game will steal your joy. If you are constantly comparing yourself to somebody, maybe unfriending them is the right thing to do. I don't know. I would probably just unfollow them. But, you've got to do what you've got to do. to help yourself and to move your business forward and to take care of yourself. So stop doubting yourself and stop selling yourself short, because you're capable of so much more. You're stronger than you think you are, and you've just got to believe it. So concentrate on your own assets, right? Remember, it's not how many brains you have, but how you use them. It doesn't matter if someone can spout out facts after facts after facts that a $3 almanac could tell me. It's the person who can think and who can take those thoughts and put them into actions and do things with them. Because someone who can just spout off facts is not going to go that far in life. They've got to be able to be creative. They've got to think. So focus on the things that you're good at. Discover your best talents and believe in those, that you can do more than that. Just focus on the things you're good at, work on those things, and the more you're doing that, the more chain reactions of good things that you're going to find. You're going to find that you're better at a lot of things if you try. So the second one is remind yourself several times a day that your attitude is more important than anything, because how you handle situations is seriously how your day goes. If you want to sit and you want to cry in your bed because a coach canceled on your account, do you really think they care? No, they don't. You're the only person who cares, and you're the only person who can replace that coach, and you're not doing that by laying in your bed crying. Get up, send some messages out, and talk to people, because you're going to have to talk to a lot of people to find the people that you're looking for. So remind yourself every day and everywhere, every day and everywhere, every day, practice positive attitude. So just anytime you're doing anything, just try to find the positive side of a situation. See the reasons why you can instead of the reasons why you can't, and develop an I'm winning attitude. Literally, life is so much happier when it's not that you don't care about things, it's just that you would rather be happy than upset. And by not caring about some of the things, like what other people think or, stuff like that, then you'll be happier. So, and the last one is to remember the ability to think is much greater value than the ability to memorize facts. So just like I said, remember to use your brain. You can do things that so many other people can't. Just like I was saying, when you're overestimating other people and underestimating yourself, they could be doing the exact same thing because they think you're good at X and you think they're good at something else. But really, like, you each have your own talents that you're good at. So don't compare yourself to other people. And I think that makes it a lot easier to believe in yourself when you're not so focused on what other people are doing. So awesome. Gloria. Hi, Boo.
Yay. Hi. You said so much good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, one thing that popped into my mind was this quote, and it was that positivity isn't ignoring the problem, but it's having the confidence that you can handle it.
Yes, I love that. I need to write that down.
Yes.
Say it one more time.
So positivity isn't ignoring the problem. It's having the confidence that you can handle it.
I love that.
Yeah, I heard it a while back. I think I made a post, but it's been a long time since I did that. But that really resonated with me because I think I used to feel like, oh, if I don't get emotional about situations, that it meant I didn't care and that it meant I was just going to ignore the problem. But honestly, it's almost more like the opposite, because when you just sit there and you focus on it and you cry and you whine, you're just making yourself the victim instead of taking action. And so I'm just whatever comes my way, yeah, I stumble for sure. But for the most part, I just remain positive. And I think to myself, what's the worst that's going to happen? I can get through this, Absolutely. So that quote just popped into my head when you were talking.
I love that quote so much. That is a great one.
Okay. So I am a person who, I'm a big people pleaser by nature. I also am not very good with having confidence in myself. I come from a very safe family, get a state job with good benefits, make, $35,000 to $50,000 a year, just go with the status quo kind of thing. So that's always been what's ingrained in my head. So I've definitely struggled with believing in myself. And a big thing that's really helped me, like you mentioned, is definitely personal development, and finding things that I feel will, help cure whatever I'm struggling with. And something that I've really started doing, am I cutting out?
Nope, you're good.
Something that I've been doing a lot is podcasts, because there's a search feature on your podcasts. And so like if I'm having a rough day, whatever I'm struggling with, I literally can go to my podcasts, search for whatever I'm struggling with. Like, let's say I'm struggling with confidence, what we're talking about. You could go and type in confidence, and all of these different self-help podcasts will come up, and you can find one that will help talk you through whatever issue you're going through. And I found it's really important to read books that help motivate you with the business, and then also help you look inside and really attack, whatever's going on inside of you. Because I know that I had a lot of internal struggles I had to work through. So through personal development, I really got past my fears of failure. I used to be really afraid about messaging people, and I used to be really afraid about what people were going to think of me. And it's weird because like I was always pretty good about posting stuff publicly. Like when I posted my before pictures showing my stomach, like I didn't even know it was a thing to cover your stomach. Like I was just posting it. Like I didn't think I was all brave and stuff like that. Like that was just what I was doing. But like when it comes to that one-on-one, that's where I always struggle. But when you get past that fear of failure and you just learn, okay, if I fail, whatever, like I'm going to learn from that, right? If I host this What is Coaching call and no one shows up, or one person shows up and it's a complete bomb and I stutter the whole time or whatever, like I learned from that, but if I'm just not doing anything, then I'm not going to move forward. So I've just learned to like do scary things, because I've learned that like where your fears are is like a sign that you should go there, because what you're afraid of is because you're afraid you won't achieve what you want. So when you have a fear, that's all it is. It's because you want that thing and you're afraid of getting it, or you're afraid you won't get it if you try. But like, what's going to be the worst thing that happens if you try at something and don't get it? Like most of the time, are you going to die? It doesn't really work for like skydiving, right? Because like worst case scenario, you might die.
You could die.
Right? But like if I message someone and they get offended by me messaging them, like as long as I know my heart and know that I'm true and that my intentions are pure, like that's on them. So I've really stopped like absorbing other people's emotions. And that's another big thing, is just truly believing in what we do. Truly being a proof of the product and truly believing that it's something that can help people will really help get rid of that fear, and help boost your confidence, because okay, I'm helping people. I mean, I look at it just like any other job where people get paid to help people.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Like did a doctor did he feel bad about taking that check after surgery? No. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I had this friend the other day, and like I really had to get out of my own head after talking with her, because she just made me feel like I was just using people, and like that I was, just making friends to try to get something out of them. And, that's not the case at all. I might feel that way a little bit more if I was in more of like a product multi-level marketing, you know what I mean? Like buy my jewelry or buy my makeup or whatever. I'm not saying they are, I'm not trying to offend anyone.
No.
But, but I'm helping people, you know what I mean? Like I've completely changed myself physically, emotionally, like everything. And it would be a disservice to people if I wasn't sharing it. So that's kind of where I'm at now, and why I'm not afraid to talk to people anymore, and that I have just that confidence. And then, just really learning that what people think doesn't matter, because they're not paying the bills, right? Jen says that to me, like they're not paying your bills. So why does what they think matter to you?
Like,
and
this is our job,
Exactly. And most of the time when people, or probably more like all the time, when people have something negative to say about you, generally it's because they're jealous, or, most people don't chase their dreams. Like people might think you're ridiculous for what you're doing now, but when you don't quit and you keep going and you reach your goals, they're going to be the ones kicking themselves and wishing that they had joined you in the first place. And so many people end up circling back around if you stay consistent. Like I've just learned that throughout the year. And, I'm not where I thought I would be right now with my business, but I've learned that that's okay, because I've had so many benefits. And I feel like all of the work that I put in and all of the ups and downs I've had have like put me at this place where now I'm going to start gaining that momentum, and I'm not going to stop, you know, but I had to do a lot of work.
Absolutely.
To get over myself and to get that confidence and to get out
honestly,
of my.
I think the beginning is obviously the hardest, right? I mean, you're really trying to build that momentum, and people don't get it. People don't get that beginning, you're going to make a lot of sacrifices. And we're still not even out of the beginning, in my opinion. We're like newborn stage still. It's weird. Like, we've been doing it for, you know, you're almost at a year in 2 months. I know.
Yeah,
I'm at like, I'll be at a year and a half when you're in it for a year. So we're still so new. And it's like, we have made several sacrifices. I mean, countless sacrifices, and spending so much time on the phone and getting on these team calls and doing these things. But one day it's all going to be worth it. And the thing is, people don't realize it. They start and they think that people are just going to come to them. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it is. And it's not. It's hard. But luckily, we love what we're doing. We all clearly love the programs. And that's what I was going to touch on. I love that you said truly believing in what you do, because if you don't, you're selling. Like, literally, if you don't believe in Shakeology and you don't believe in these programs, yeah, you might get to a rank. You might get to that next rank and push your business forward. You might be able to do it. You probably can. But it's going to be a lot easier for somebody who believes in what they're doing and is literally just genuinely sharing and telling people what's working for them, because that is, to me, where that's the fun part. We really do love this. We really do care about helping people. And it's crazy how much we've all changed in the last year, and just, it's awesome. And I love that you touched on that. And also, like, when you said, like, basically you said pretty much action cures fears, right? I mean, in so many words, and that you've been doing all these things knowing that it was scary, but doing it gets easier. I have to tell you, I had my first live bomb video.
Oh no.
It was so bad.
When did I miss it? Because I usually have it where I get notifications.
I was on for like maybe 4 minutes, and like, I was gonna actually talk about believing in yourself, and I did. I went live afterwards, but what happened was I was sitting outside, and you just hear Delilah start screaming because she was in here just watching Barney, and you hear her, and Olivia runs over to the door and she's like, "Delilah, bumped your head," and I was like, "It's okay." She like comes out. She would not stop crying. And she was naked. So I couldn't even like really pick her up because I didn't want everyone to see like her booty or her vajay. So I was just like, okay. And so by the time, like, I keep seeing my people that were on go from like 20 to like 14 to like 8. And then once it hit 0, I just ended that shit. I was like, I can't even right now. But you know what I did? You know what I didn't do? I didn't bitch about it. I did not get back on and do it. Like, probably 25 people might have seen it, and of the 5,000 friends I almost have, like, do I even know half of them? I mean, whatever. I have a kid that cries. It happens. So don't let the fear of messing up, because that, honestly, that shows true character. That shows true motherhood. That shows like real life. So live videos are amazing at this point, even if you
do more of them.
I know. I try to do like 3 a week, and we should remember when we went live every day.
Yes, and it's so sad because I get so many good live ideas. I really just need to start keeping a notebook, or like even on my phone, like a note, because then I can just tell myself, like, I mean, usually I go live when I feel really inspired to share something with
you. Too. Usually after I read personal development.
So, yeah, but my personal development's been kind of like woo-woo and hokey, really? And I feel because, you know, I'm something I've learned is like I'm talking to who I was, right? Like, I'm not necessarily talking to who I am now. So it's not that I'm hiding parts of who I am. It's just that I'm trying to think like me back when I started, what I want someone to tell me, like, meditate and say mantras and stuff like that. Like, I probably would have been turned off by that. You know what I mean? And
totally.
So, like, I've been trying to kind of think about the fact that I'm talking to who I was, not
See,
necessarily.
and that's like so hard for me because yes, I see that, and I think I've probably told tons of people, talk to who you were, what attracted you, and that's so true. But then you think about it, and you're like, but then again, I also would want to attract people that are already doing personal development or already loving fitness, you know. So there is a fine line. I don't know. That's a tough one because yes, absolutely, your avatar is someone you're looking for you 3 years ago, but like I think it would be a lot easier to help someone who is you 6 months ago instead of
no, for sure. And I definitely think there's balance, and I definitely sprinkle that stuff in there. It's just you know, I'm just kind of, and it might be just a fear thing that I maybe need to work on, you know, I don't know. But you know, and I think something else is like really figuring out like what you want to post about. Like I gained a lot of confidence because I've just been posting different things, and then I can tell by people's reaction. Like I had no idea that like I was really good at coming up with breakfast recipes, but like I get like so many messages and comments like your breakfast recipes are awesome, and I literally just like look at what I have and I make something.
I was like, the hell, what you cook so good.
And that's another thing that people should think about is like a lot of times you don't realize your gifts because they come so naturally to you that you don't even recognize it. And it's not that we need other people to validate us, but sometimes other people are the ones that can point out the strengths that we don't see. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I'm really good at making breakfast. Maybe I should, you know, post more about what I eat for breakfast because people
absolutely
like what I eat for breakfast, you know? So I just found like kind of touching because I finally feel like I have my 5 things.
Yeah.
Like I post about mom, wife, healthy recipes, empowering women, and self-love. Like
love it.
Those are my 5 things. And I finally feel like I found them, but it's from like dipping into different parts of myself and sharing different things and kind of seeing like
what's working,
what my strengths are. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. And actually from the call earlier, Kelly, I was saying how much I love like writing down as I'm doing personal development. And she said that's what she does is when she writes stuff down, when she's struggling to find things to post about, she goes back to her notes from PD to get inspiration.
Yeah, I used to be so good. Like I should go back to the PD journal that I wrote like when I was like reading You Are a Badass and like some of my
first. I want to give that book another try. I really do. I got
it on audio because I heard it's really good on audio.
Really?
So I got it on audio, and I'm thinking about listening to it again because I'm listening to The Universe Has Your Back.
I want that one. How is it?
It's really good. It's a lot about like meditation and mantras and like So, but it's really opening my eyes to that kind of stuff. And I mean, I hear about those kinds of things from so many successful people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I just feel like that's a sign that it works. But I think there's still different things from different people. Like, I don't feel like every single person needs to be into meditation to be successful.
No,
you know? And I think it depends on like where you've been, and like what struggles you have. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm more of that like peaceful, like I need to like be quiet and like really think about stuff and like get in the zone. It works for me, you know, but other people might be more like just like talk to themselves in the mirror or like, you know, you rock, blah, 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 which is cool. Like I think different things work for different people.
Definitely.
So, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit more out there, and I got it on audio, but there's a lot of exercises. So like, I can't really do it while I'm driving because I can't like close my eyes and imagine stuff.
Don't do that.
So I'm doing it slowly, but it's good. And Gabrielle Bernstein's any podcast that she's interviewed on is really good.
What's her name?
Gabrielle Bernstein. She's a Jew. I love my Jews.
I love my Jews.
I do. I have so many best friends who are Jews, so I can say that.
They call me
the honorary Jew.
I'll love it. That's funny.
Yeah. So any podcast that she's interviewed, she's just really inspirational. But
awesome. I'll have to check her out. I need to do more podcasting. I've been YouTube searching a lot, which I really like.
I don't really do that very much, but I always appreciate it if you send me a video or like
some
other people like send me a pump up video or something, and good like that. Like I have this like nighttime thing that I listen to every night.
Yeah.
And it's basically because I would have trouble falling asleep because like I would be thinking about everything I didn't do or like that I needed to do the next day. And then so I just listened to this. It's a meditation, but like not really. It's just like Abraham Hicks, and she's just like talking to you like the day is over. You're doing what you need to do right now. You need to rest. You need to recharge your brain. And it's so funny because if I don't put it on, Sam is like, where's the meditation? You need to put it on. And so
I love it.
It helps him too.
That would be so good though, because I sit there and I do the same thing, but like seriously, sleep is more important, or it's as important, if not more important than those workouts and our personal development. Because you know what I mean?
That's what we're trying to find the balance between, because I wish Sam didn't have to be work till 7. That would make our life so much easier. But it's like if I have to be like tomorrow, because it's going to be a little over an hour, and today we need to be like in front of the TV like at 4 a.m. ready to work out.
3:50. So get off the phone right now and go unwind and go to sleep. Thank you so much for jumping on, Gloria. I love you always.
I love you.
All right, girl, we'll get some sleep and Snapchat me in the morning, and I'll Snapchat you because I'll be up at 5 for sure. Can you believe that this morning?
But your video was really good. Your live video about it. I mean,
I always
happened,
hate
right?
that I forget to say things like, what's that?
I said it happened, right?
Yeah.
So like you're just showing like it doesn't always work out, but
and it sucks because it's Monday, you know, so you just naturally get those Monday blues, and then that happened and I was like, oh, I just wanted to like punch, because like I feel like on a Monday, if I get that workout in at 5, like I am so much less to have those Monday feelings. It's weird.
Yep.
All right, girl. I love you. Thanks for jumping on, and thanks for talking too. I'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.